You need to have each one of you if you want to be a successful and effective professional.
It's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, habit number 7, sharpen the saw. Tell us about this one.
You know,
Sounds scary.
it sounds scary. Yes, exactly. And what is relevant is you need to have work-life balance in your life. What he actually talks about. He wants. He doesn't want you to be an effective professional. He wants you to be an effective human. You need to respect yourself. And organizations, of course, demand dollars from you. That's true. But how much dollars can you earn? You need time and space. What actually matters in the end? Your family, your people. If you are having good relationship with your spouse, you will be a good professional as well.
So true.
It's simple rule.
Which people fail to realize that they are actually bringing their emotions to work with them.
Exactly.
So a bad session at breakfast,
Exactly.
a bit of a quarrel with a family, close family member, you're definitely going to take that negative energy.
Exactly.
And you're going to take it to work, and it's going to somehow find its way to spill over into something.
You're right. Interestingly, a few years back, I was sitting with my wife and I asked her, we have children, alhamdulillah, and she's a wonderful human. One of the best ladies I have met in my life. I asked her what kind of children we want, what we want them to be. Good human or the successful ones without values? So this was the question I asked her, and of course I asked myself before asking her. So we agreed to have, to develop them, to train them as children who have values with them. So we wrote a few values on the wall of our room. To be truthful, be honest, respect each other, observe nature's laws, and this sort of 6 values I've written. So the point I wanted to make is, this is what I want them to be. Actually, I want myself to be the one who is following these values. So why I'm doing this, why did I do it? And I'm a professional. I've been working in an organization. I've been an entrepreneur. I've worked as a professional, of course, and I have a career. So I don't want to be known as a successful careerist. I want to be known as a effective human. I want to, have a good interaction with my family.
A good father, a good husband, a good son.
Exactly. And one of them was taking care of health. If I'm having tummy, and that means I am going to have a shorter life than a smart person who is smart enough, who is working on his health. So I need to take care of it. The point I wanted to make is, what he says is, take care of yourself as a package, not as a professional only.
Yes, of course. Because it is, every, like you said, a package. It's every part of us that we need to nurture.
Exactly.
The spiritual, the emotional, the mental,
Exactly.
the physical.
Exactly, the intellectual.
The intellectual as well. I mean, if we're going to be stuck behind a desk all day, and we've got all these things being thrown at us, all these things that we are, you feel sometimes like you're under a mountain. There's so many things to do. So what is that doing for your health, others-wise?
Exactly. You want to be a successful human. You want to be remembered as a successful human. You want to live 70 years in this world, and you are not taking care of yourself, right? So that means you are going to go away soon. You need to take care of yourself. So
okay, now we're going to talk about the cultural relevance, because as we discussed each and every habit that the author has, outlined here for us, in our family setups, the way we have been brought up, the way we've brought up our children, what do you think are the key factors that we need to work on and change?
Whatever you say, practice it. It is said that don't worry if your children do not listen to you. Worry, they watch you.
Oh yeah, they do.
You don't preach them. Don't tell them to respect others. Respect others. Show them how to do it. So if you are practicing these all things, you don't need to tell your children to do this. As I said, I and my wife developed these all values, and after a month or couple of months, she asked me, "You have written these values for children?" I said, "Go on, make a point. What do you want to say?" And she said, "I think you have written all of them for me." makeup for you and for myself as well. We need to show our children how to respect the
Oh,
parents.
that's so true.
I need to, I was telling her, I need to respect you so that our children respect their mother. So this is what we need to do.
In fact,
So-
Oprah Winfrey has a quote that the best thing a father can do for his children
Yeah.
is to love and respect his wife.
Exactly, exactly. So this is the relevance,
Yeah.
Shabnam, if we want to have a good nation. You know, in America, there is a school, I forgot the name, who developed their syllabus on these 7 habits of highly effective people. There's a
Imagine.
school. So we can do it at home, we can do it at our organization. But first of all, we need to understand what future we want to have, what kind of future we want to have.
That's
You know, so
absolutely
this is
true.
what we can do for our generation and for ourselves actually.
And that is really the service
Yeah.
that we are doing. And in keeping that, you know, number 2 habit of keeping the end in mind, I think it was the number 2 one.
Exactly.
That is something that I would say that really, really does put things into perspective
Exactly.
when you think about that.
Yeah.
Fawad, thank you so much for being on the program today. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we've been able to talk about so many things that make such a phenomenal change in our lives, and we really haven't thought about them or, you know,
Yeah.
examined them. So thank you so much for everything that you've told us.
Thank you very much, Shabnam, for inviting me and having me over. Thank you.
Likewise, likewise. Okay, so, you know, we've had a great guest in the studios today. We've had a fantastic book that we've been talking about. If you haven't read this book, do go out and buy it. If you want to, I mean, check it out online, whatever it is, have a discussion and discuss things with yourself as well. Are you really getting the maximum out of life that you actually could? Because life is a blessing. We should be grateful for everything that we have. And with those thoughts, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.